Hi, I'm Rob with By the Yard, and today we're assembling the round fire table in black and gray. You may have ordered a different color or size, but don't worry, the assembly instructions are still the same. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the cast of characters and get started. We have our pedestal base, our pedestal top, our glass wind guard, our fire table bowl, which is stainless steel and comes pre-assembled, ready for propane use, our glass cover fire bowl for when not in use. We have our tempered glass beads, 2 packages. We have 2 packets of hardware, one with 4 screws, and the second packet with a knob and orifice for natural gas use. Okay, so we have our table pedestal in the upright position, and we've had a friend come and help us, or a neighbor, whoever you have with you today, help you actually lift the tabletop onto the pedestal base. One thing to note is you can put the tabletop symmetrically on top of the pedestal base, or you can put it on the diagonal. Whether you like symmetry or asymmetry, it's your preference. There's no right or wrong. The next thing we want to make sure we do is, of course, take our screws, the 4 that came in our packet, and we want to place them in the holes all the way around on the outside. One on the left, one on the right, one forward, and then one closest to me. Next up, all we need to do is take our handy power drill and tighten these up so that they're attached nice and secure. One thing to note is that there is a pilot hole already drilled in place, so you don't have to drill any holes, which is really helpful. And lastly, and there we go. So next up, we're going to insert the fire ring bowl. Be sure to reference the quick start guide directions that came with it. If you have any questions about those instructions, you can reference the video link in the description below this video. Now let's take a look at installing the tempered wind guard. Okay, we're now ready to assemble our tempered glass wind guard for our fire table. You'll see we have our 4 pieces of tempered glass already set out for us, and of course our 8 pieces that connect all the glass together. One thing to note is you do receive 2 extra grommets that actually fit right inside the screw right here to protect the glass from cracking when you tighten the screw. So let's start assembling. Okay, so what we first want to do is take one of our connector pieces, and it's really easy to do. Simply back out this screw a couple of turns so that it nice and easily slides right over the glass. Then we want to take one of our rubber feet, do the same thing to the screws, which we've already gone ahead and done, and it'll rest right on top of the glass. You can kind of line it up, and then you can give it a nice little couple of turns. You don't want to tighten it too tight just yet, just so it all starts to kind of line up. A good tip is actually to kind of do a once around with everything and then go back and tighten everything once you have them all connected. So now we're just simply tightening up the last of our screws on our wind guard for our fire table. Next, we want to flip this over, and I suggest that you possibly, if you're by yourself, slide this to the end of the table and then rotate it around. If you have long arms like me, it helps, but certainly if you have a friend or family member helping you, that's also great as well. One great thing is this is really easy to disassemble just as much as it was to assemble, so that you can store this if you need to, say in the wintertime or something. So next up, I am so excited we get to place this on top of our fire table and start enjoying it. All right, now we get to place our wind guard on top of our fire table. I'm a symmetrical person, so I like to make sure my rubber stoppers are all lined up. Next, we're going to place all of our tempered glass beads that came with your package in the fire bowl. You want to make sure you have those in there before you start the flame. That's really, really important. So let's go ahead and start pouring. Package 1. Just spread them out nice and evenly. Next up, we have our glass cover. One thing to note in your packaging should be these 4 rubber stoppers. Make sure you place those all around the far edge so that when you cover this, when you're not using it, it simply stays in place and you're good to go. What's great about this is you actually keep out all the dirt and debris when you're not using it. And when you're ready to enjoy it again, simply lift it out, put it in a safe place, and you're ready to start enjoying your tabletop fire pit. Now it's time to enjoy your round counter height fire table from By the Yard, Minnesota makers of sustainable luxury outdoor furniture that's built to last.